Here we are at Kumoricon.
All right. So how's it going, everybody? I'm here interviewing David Wald, better known as Golgo 13.
Well, arguably better known. No, it's true. Golgo 13's been huge for years.
Refuse. Why? I make it a point never to accept two jobs at the same time.
First time to Kumoricon, Portland?
No, second time. I was here last year, and it's like one of my very favorite cons. It's very chill here in Portland, which is nice.
This came from one of my friends because he's a huge Mariners fan. He says, "How about those Astros?"
I don't speak sport ball. There's literally no sport I know anything about. So you tell me, how about them Astros? I don't know.
We'll beat them next year.
No, well, fine, good. I encourage great. I'm sure your sports team will be dominant.
Hopefully. You voiced tough guys like Duke Togo, Zoku Raiju, and Goriko and Shishio. Is that your specialty, as well as Golgo 13?
I mean, is it my specialty? I don't know. I don't know if I really have a specialty. You know, like that's just, you know, most of the characters in anime are like 14-year-old kids, right? So most of the actors in anime are guys who voice 14-year-old kids. Then you got guys like me who can't voice the 14-year-old kids, right? So if there's basically my specialty is if there's a king or a dad, that's my specialty.
Which tough guy are you more like?
Oh man, boy, I don't know if I'm much like any of those tough guys. I talk too much. They're all silent but deadly, but I'm way too verbose. Probably Yoji Itami from Gate. If he counts as a tough guy, which he probably doesn't, but he's kind of awesome, right? Yoji, everybody? Nobody? Okay. All right. No love for Yoji. Fine. But yeah, Yoji Itami, that's my guy. Herman Luis from Garo. You know, those guys are a little closer to me.
Dr. Ozaki is one of my favorite characters from Shiki.
Are you going to start begging for your life?
Yeah, I am. See, I'm not ready to die. Not quite yet.
Mm-hmm.
Do you consider that a breakout role for you?
You know, it was one of the early roles that I did at Funimation. So it was, it was substantial for that reason. I think I had at that point played Polly in One Piece and Charlie in FMA Brotherhood. And I think we might have been on to Gagio by then. But I don't remember. But yeah, Toshio was an early one, Dr. Ozaki, for those of you playing the home game. But that was a fun show to work on. I thought Shiki was really clever, a very clever show and a very insightful one. So I was glad to be part of that. And yeah, that was my first like quality session with Mike McFarland, and it was really cool.
Which voice actors did you inspire when you got into voice acting, or who got you into voice acting for inspirations?
Well, when I was about 5 years old and realized that the same guy was voicing Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck and Foghorn Leghorn and Tweety Bird and Sylvester and
Mel
like
Blanc.
everybody ever. Mel Blanc was the guy, and Mel Blanc is still the guy. Like he was one of the first notable actors in the field of voice acting for animation, and he's still like the best who ever lived by miles. So Mel Blanc is my guy.
How was voice acting Shishio?
Is that the truth?
Yes! Yes, it is!
But Ozai is tenacious.
Is live action dubbing different from anime?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the flaps are a lot more demanding. You have to be a lot more careful. I mean, you know, you look at anime, even the Japanese don't care that much about the flaps, right? Like you have all kinds of discrepancy in the flap. Because it's art, it's abstract, you can get away with that. But in a live action dub, you've got to be a lot more careful, a lot more precise about it. And you have to make sure that your body language and your expressions sort of match the character. Because like if I'm delivering a line, and the character I'm doing that line for is smiling, and I'm not smiling when I read the line, you can hear that. You can absolutely hear a smile on the microphone. So that's why in commercial voiceover they always tell you smile while you read, particularly when you say the product name. Hint for those of you at home. So yeah, live action can be a lot more demanding and a lot more exacting, and we have to be a lot more precise about it.
Okay. How about some Duke Togo impressions?
Who's gonna do them? You
will.
got one?
You know. Which ones do you have? This Duke Togo has some impressions.
Oh yeah.
Don't walk behind me.
Throw 'em out. That's right.
Yeah. Don't you ever walk behind me.
Right. There we go. All right, I'll do mine. There it was. He never speaks. He never says anything. I went in to do sessions for that show, and like everybody else had longer bookings than I did because the man doesn't speak. But when he does, it's profound. That's important. Yeah, don't stand behind me if you value your life. Excellent. There we go. Beautiful. Snub nose. All right, we got it.
Is that going to be in the video? That's going to be edited out. All right. Well, if they ever bring back Golgo 13, would you voice them again? And will we ever see Golgo 13 smile for once?
No, you will never see Golgo 13 smile. No. If they bring him back and they do some more Golgo 13, like I'm the last one who will know. That's not up to me. You know, maybe they'd hire me. I'm available. You know, Golgo 13 has a cameo in another show. Are you aware of this? Do you know about this?
No.
Tada never falls in love. Golgo 13 is in it. Enjoy. Now you both have to go home and watch it. I know this because I directed the dub.
What was it called again? Tada?
It's called Tada Never Falls in Love.
Tada Never Falls in Love.
And
he's
it's
in
a
there.
lovely show. And yeah, Golgo 13 has a couple of cameos. And I voice him. All he does is grunt, but those grunts are mine.
And have you ever done any commercials before?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah, you know, yeah, commercial and industrial voice acting in particular, but you know, some on-camera stuff, you know. Gotta feed the monkey.
Yeah. I heard Steve Bloom one time said basically he makes all his money from that. It's like, oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven. That's what he says.
Yeah. Oh, listen, when you get a spokesperson job, even as just a voiceover artist, like if you're the voice of a product or service, like that's where the money is. I'll tell you what, that flow from Progressive is probably richer than everyone in this room put together.
So Flo makes more
Everyone
than
in
you.
the building. Oh, yeah. Like, when you get a spokesperson job for an ad campaign, that's like, you know, like the Geico lizard, the Geico gecko, and like, you know, these folks that you see in like strings of commercials, that's where the money's at. Those people probably have nicer houses than Will Smith.
Oh, so you're not like a tough guy as much in real life? You think you're more like Nendo? Or
Well, I went to college.
How about Murasama? That guy from Token Rambu.
Oh.
Big Muslim, the big, fully purple hair.
Yeah, maybe he's a little closer to my heart. As long as he is completely new.
Or perhaps you know me by my other name, the Demon Sword. But if you really want to get to know me, I should strip. Not here.
Yes.
A real warrior must learn to fight completely in the nude. With the liquid U. That's very important. You can't just be nude, you have to be nude. I'm preaching to the choir here. He's nude, back there. Yeah.
All right, well, thank you for the interview.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Well, guys, that was an awesome convention at Kumoricon. Getting interviews, going to the panels, autographs, the sake tasting, everything was great. And if you guys ever want to invite me again to future Kumoricon, oh sure, I'd love to come. Had a great time.
It isn't so disappointing when it doesn't work out. But from what you've told me about how y'all run your channel, I think you know best practices. So my advice is only from